Welcome, everyone, to the 2024 Derby City Classic here in Elizabeth, Indiana, at the Caesars, Southern Indiana. I am Brian Hallelujah Hollenbeck. In the booth with me is Dale
Little Chatter
Lorenz.
What's happening, everybody?
We have another one-pocket match for you right now coming up between Paul Song and Eric Withrow. Should we get them started?
Let's get them started.
Yeah, we'll get them started because we're a little, well, the tournament's a little bit behind right now, so we're going to... We're good. Yep.
You're good.
All right. So I don't know, did they flip or leg yet or not? I'm not quite sure.
Neither.
Okay, so they're going to lag it out here. So we're going to get you to the overhead view as they shake hands. And we will see who is going to break.
Looks like Paul's going to be a little strong. Oh, never mind. A little song. All right, a little weak.
Eric was right on the money with that one. All right, Eric to break first.
All right, while they're breaking, or while Eric is racking, I'm going to give you a little synopsis of what that scoreboard means on the bottom. Right in the middle is outer peens. Outer peens. Wow.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
No more beer for you.
Sorry. Some hot chick bought me a Miller Lite. Oh, wait. I paid for it. I bought it. What the? Right next to the Elder Point streaming logo in the middle, you've got a number 3, which is the race. First one to win 3 games of one pocket advances as the winner. Right next to that is the running ball count, tally of balls pocketed. And if you're already watching this, then you know in one pocket, the first one to make 8 balls wins the game. So on the very outside is the running tally of games won. All right, we are set to break in rack number 1.
Oh, and of course Eric's going the other way, so I got to change the names around. Dang it all.
So what we've done for you to make it easier is put the names of the player's pocket right next to the pocket.
That way, if you take a break and come back, you don't get confused as to which pocket is which.
If you got to take the dog out to pee, or if you got to do that yourself, make some popcorn, cut the pizza, whatever you got to do, you come back, hey, that's Paul's pocket there.
All
Brilliance. Right. It's brilliance, I'm telling you.
There we go. All right. So, Paul up at the table here.
You know, I wonder if
which
I could get compensated from what's he doing? He's practicing. Okay. You think I could get like a copyright or something on that?
What?
The names by the pockets?
Probably.
I think I could make some money on it, huh? Probably like $5. Well, you know, it's like everybody else.
Paul got one.
You know, because it's happened before.
It has.
There's another stream that we know of that has copied several of the things that we do.
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
But,
wait, they don't do one pocket anyway.
But claims.
Yeah.
That we stole.
Yeah.
That we steal from.
It happens.
It happens. All right, so Paul ended up, or Eric broke and actually ended up putting a ball out there for Paul to make. He made that ball, but unfortunately came into a spot where he's rolled up into not a good position. I don't know. He's looking at a combo. He's looking at the 110 off the 2 combo, I think. Not quite sure if that's the... So he's going to try to draw back. Get back in right up against the 12. Oh, no. Oh, he tried to make that. Well, it was a good effort. Unfortunately, that's going to cost him a couple balls.
One for sure.
I like the aggressive break, though. I think that was pretty
Eric's
aggressive.
going to have to get some shape on this 15.
Ooh, he's going lefty. Now he's coming up for the 8.
Well done.
I like that because now he can actually float over. Float over for the 15. But what he does want to do is after the 15, he wants to see if he can somehow get the 3 and the 11 out of there.
I think he can easily get down by the 15 on this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
I think he's more concerned over, yep. Well, yeah, he might actually be okay there.
He might be able to actually draw into, like a power draw.
Well, if he draws,
pull back into that 3 ball.
Well, he might have actually come above it. If he comes above it to the rail. Yeah, if he would have come above it into the rail, he could have possibly made the 3 ball as well.
Well,
but now he's stuck.
He can actually, he can, it's a very thin cut, but he can still cut that 4 ball, I believe. But I think he's just going to.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to chance that because if he does.
If he doesn't, then he's giving up 2 balls probably.
Right. He's thinking this over. Yeah, I'd say carry him off the 11 and the 3. Oh, that was a nice shot. Got both of those balls out of there. That was a tricky shot, but he did well at it. So Paul is going to take this 3 ball and give it a ride up table. And try to get the cue ball possibly maybe right back into that group of balls. He doesn't want to come short because if he comes short, then the 4 ball is a viable option to bank back to the other side. So he wants to make sure he gets. If he's getting in the pack, he wants to get up near the 1 and 13. But he doesn't want to go into him hard though. Or just come below it. Just come straight back down to the middle of the table. On the rail. Oh, you went up table. Oh,
I'm missing one here. Am I? It's 2-2, right?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Should equal 4. I'm gonna look behind the table real quick.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think it's 2-2.
It might be. All right, so once again, the one job that Dale has to do gets failed again because he's busy turning around looking at the other table or on his phone. So that gives actually Eric a 3-2 lead. Why did you do that?
Because now there's 10 balls left on the table instead of.
Yeah, well, that was Eric that just made a ball, not Paul. If it's 2-2, Eric just made a ball, so it should be 3-2. That's Eric at the table.
I know that.
Okay. He just made a ball.
Paul was up 3-1.
Oh, really? He was up 3-1?
Now I have to go and look at it again.
Are you sure? Because it couldn't have, because Paul made 2 balls. Alrighty. If he were to pay attention, we might not have this issue. I'm thinking it's 4-1.
So far, some crazy comebacks, some hill-to-hill, and definitely world-class pool. But I also want to say we had some amazing.
Yep, Eric has 4, Paul has 1.
Don't y'all love pool? I love it. greatest players on the planet. We are down to just 2, and it's about time.
Okay, Eric, 4-1. And now we just need Dale to pay attention.
Champion, all brought to you by Diner. You ready to meet the
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Here we go. First up, he's a U.S. Open
All right, we're gonna mute this right now because I'm sure
Yeah, we
this
got
is pretty loud
a
for
lot
you
of
guys. There's an announcement going on for the Bigfoot, so we're gonna mute this real quick. All right, now that those announcements are over, so Paul is going to attempt to get this, but I don't know how he's going to. This is going to be tough to get this out of here. He might just be making it. Yep. Make it, bring it up table. So that's going to give Eric another one as Dale turns around. Not paying attention to our match.
Shut it.
Mm-hmm. This is why the score gets messed up. Shut it.
You said it.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty sporty shot by Paul. Those two balls over there. It's going to give Eric a tough time to get those balls out of there. I like where he's looking. He's going to try to spin it off the short rail. Make contact with the 10 first. And then he's hoping to make contact with the 3 as well and kick them both up table.
It's a good shot.
Oh, didn't hit a rail. It's a foul. Eric takes one off the board.
Very honest man there.
Yes. Not quite sure why he didn't hit that a little harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He made contact
would've.
exactly how he was trying to, the 10 and the 3. I get that he didn't want the 10 ball or the cue ball to roll up
Right,
above
but
the 3.
job 1 was to make a legal hit.
Right. Because if you don't, obviously now you have one ball off. I think what he was looking at was just trying to make contact with the 3. I think that's what he was trying to do. Well played.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's going to do the same thing. Except this time. Hold on. That was close. I just got my finger on the button before I sneezed. That's what he was, I think, trying to do the first time.
Yep.
But unfortunately, the angle wasn't there, and little shy on the kick off the rail, little soft, and unfortunately did not hit a rail.
Oh yeah, that's what we got. Hennessy and Dement.
Yep. All right. Back to the action here. Paul made a good hit, and now Eric is going to basically do the same thing. I think, oh no, he's actually got access to this 4. He can actually cross-bank this. Oh, I thought he was going to try to cross-bank it. He just wanted to get out of there. I don't blame him, because if he would have missed
firm, though.
Yeah, if he missed it, though, obviously he was possibly given 1 or 2 or even more up, so... That was just a yawn.
Wasn't talking about that.
Oh, here he goes.
He just left Eric with an open shot on the 9.
He sure did.
But it almost looks straight on, which isn't a horrible thing.
Yeah,
I think I would drift down.
Yeah,
and
bank
play
10.
the 3, or bank the 10 or the 3. Yep. I think I'd probably get the 3 out of there first.
Well, it depends on the angle. If he can get straight on, then he could just bank the 10, leave the cue ball right there in case he misses. If he, it's kind of a horse apiece. But do you think the 10 might be in the way though of the 3?
No. Mm-mm. The bank on the 3?
Take a look at this overhead.
No.
It
Not
might be
nope.
closer than you think. Could be right. It's so hard to tell the angles from here, but oh, he's looking at it, so the shot will determine whether he thinks that 3 goes or not, or if he's going to take the 10 ball. It looks like he's cueing a little low, so he may be just trying to roll it forward a little bit to get... Oh. Huh. Well, that's not good. What was he trying to pull back? I wonder what he was trying to pull back for. Maybe he was trying to give a little angle on that for the 1 ball?
I do not know.
I have a feeling that he's just going to hit this 4 ball to the rail and try to plug the cue maybe up right next to the 12. Oh, that's a tough one. All right, well, we're going to see if Paul wants to be a little aggressive here or if he just wants to maybe make that 12 ball, stick it in the pocket. Or he could actually take the 1, just carry him off the left side of the 1 ball.
Can't jump the 3, Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's just going to leave the cue ball right there. I thought maybe, well, yeah, the problem is if he would try to, carry him off the 1 ball to put balls over at his side, then you're looking at the possibility of the 10 ball being banked. So, yeah, I think this was definitely a better choice. And Eric is definitely thinking, ooh, I'm in a tough spot right here. I can't tell if he's... Boy, it's close to being hooked on that outer point, eh?
Yeah, it's above it, though. Oh, yeah, he can't get at the 11. No, if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Well, no.
I think he can get at the pack here.
If he can get at the pack, then chances are that he's probably going to come off the 7 ball. 7 ball and just try to get it down by the pocket. Just like that. Perfect.
Good shot. And push the 7 over by his.
Yeah, but now the 10 ball is available. I think 10 ball is definitely available for the bank. You would have liked to leave that 7 ball in the way so the 10 ball wasn't an option here. Oh, it came wide. Oh, look at this.
Almost got lucky.
So he played the double. He played the carom. Bank carom shot.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional.
No, I don't think so.
He missed the bank.
All right. Eric.
Thank you. Thought somebody was whistling at me.
Not quite sure what Eric is looking at here. Oh, I think he's going to try to cut this 2 ball. I actually think, well, wow. Great shot.
Lucky guy.
All right, so Eric possibly get 2 on the board here. Dale, of course, wasn't paying attention, so. You need to give him 2 more. 1 more.
That would be game over if I did.
Well, it's about to be.
Well, let's wait for that to happen, shall we?
There it is. Game number 1 to Eric. And it is Paul's break.
All right, Eric up 1-0.
Paul, you need to break from the left, okay?
What's up, you sexy biatch?
Paul, you were supposed to break from the other way.
So you didn't have to change the names?
Yeah. I tried to tell him, but he didn't listen. I was wondering what he was. I was looking at the screen. I'm like, wait, what's he doing? And I looked up, and his hand wasn't even close to him. Is he trying to move that ball or what?
Measuring something.
Yeah.
Not sure what, though.
tell you, he's in a tough spot here. Wonder if taking that 5 ball. I don't know. It's tough. It's actually a pretty good break. Oh boy.
He did not want, obviously did not want that to happen.
No.
That's cruel.
Kick that ball straight back out.
That is cruel.
I like coming off the rail with this with a little bit of spin. Get back up table for that 14 ball.
No. Because if you come off the rail first, it's going to go up by the 1.
If you
High left. Yeah, just like that.
came off the rail, just like I said. I think it was too straight. Honestly, I think it was a little bit straighter than it looks like on the screen. If you put high left on it. See, when putting more left on it, then it actually goes towards the pocket and it actually shortens up a little bit. I like how he did that. One ball, pocket speed, and he'll have the 14 ball. Missed the one ball, unfortunately. Now, Eric can just go straight forward with this 14 ball, get it back in the pack, and put the cue ball right over there. I think he wanted I think he definitely wanted to hit that a little softer to keep it over on his side of the table. But he wanted to make sure he got the cue ball down at that pocket. Do you think that Paul would have been better off taking that 14 first and come around for the one?
Yes, without a doubt. Yeah, I would have for sure taken the 14 first.
That was well played. Just wanted to get a ball down there. He actually had the 14 ball as a cushion. But Eric is going to be able to come off the short rail here, come backside of the 12 and kick that 12 back up out of there. Can you see down there? Can you see past the 14? Yep, just like that.
I'm just kind of perplexed because I think I would have shot the 3. I would have put the 3 in the pocket and come into the backside by the 4.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even see that. I didn't even look at the 3 ball.
And, well, that's why I don't understand why
It's actually in my...
why he did that. Because it was a pretty simple shot on the 3.
Yeah, that's true. It was actually the middle divider was right in my way until I look at the screen here. Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I understand you got to play defense once in a while, but that was...
Well, you can still play defense, but get a point if you can. You know what I mean?
It's going to be a long time before that cue ball gets back down to this side of where you can play the 3.
Well, except for now.
Right. But this is a lot harder shot than what you had before.
On the rail, absolutely. But the good part about this shot here is, let's say he misses it. It's the cue ball's not going to come in a position where.
Oh, it'd still come out and get to 12.
No, I'm saying, yeah. Well, if he hits a pocket speed, he should be fine. But if he doesn't make, certain people, I'm not quite sure why he went that way with it.
Yeah, it just kind of seems like he's making it hard on himself this game.
I think the one ball is definitely cuttable. And if he does make this one ball, he might have good shape on this 13 ball. Well,
It's still a good shot.
yeah, he
I mean,
hit
it's
that.
still-
The 5-8 combo.
There might be a couple of
Wow.
them that line up. Yep.
That's pretty close. He hit that good. Yep, there it is. And now he's in perfect shape. This is almost a straight pull shot. Make the 5 ball. Go into this pack, separate the balls. And at least you're probably going to have the 6 ball. Oh, he went into it high. It's like he almost put high English on that.
Yeah, I don't know. That 213 probably doesn't line up.
He's going to take this ball 3 rails. Probably park it right there. Park the cue ball right. Yep.
Look at this.
Wow.
Look at this. Go in.
Wow.
Go in. Nice shot. You worry about your own commentary.
Very nicely done. Would you break it?
Something happened.
You hit that a little hard, didn't you? Yeah. Eric, not happy with that one. He was just trying to run into that 10 ball directly. And instead, he ran into it off the side. Now all Paul has to do is just slide down, or slide over. He does just want to go too far. Yeah, he's fine. Oh, that was a very well played, except he wanted to make sure those balls. So he's at 6. Dale's busy. Of course, turned around talking to someone else. So I'll get it. All right, so Paul is on 6. That combo did not go, but that 12 ball is sitting right near his pocket. Eric is going to attempt to get this out of here. He should be able to get it out. Yep. Did just fine.
Superb.
Three ball just straight over. Leave the cue ball right. Oh, all right. Take it up to it.
Does Eric not have any? And Paul's on the hill?
Correct.
Should be 8 balls on the table. And there is 9, including the cue ball.
Wait, or does? I don't know. I have no idea.
Honestly, I don't think Eric has. Oh, excuse me. I don't think Eric has pocketed the ball yet.
Oh, and that came off the rail. I thought that was going to be a lot better than that. So how aggressive does Eric become here? He didn't want that 3-ball a while ago, so
He sure isn't going to shoot it
definitely
now.
not going to take it now. Oh.
Well, that turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it did. I was very close to scratching. What's he taking here?
Is he hitting it off the 11 and across? Oh, that was pretty sporty.
Yeah. Eric would like for that cue ball to stop. I don't know if he got the blocker with the 12, but if he didn't, I think Paul can just use that 12.
I think Paul's going to play the 12-4 combo and blast it and get both of those out of there.
That's what I'm thinking. If he doesn't have access to see that 4, he can't see the 4.
Definitely cannot. God, are they loud? They're loud pool players.
Yeah, they are.
Just seen that myself.
I don't know about that. Well, he left the bank. Oh, wait, no.
No, he didn't.
No, that's
his pocket.
yeah, that's his pocket. Hit the 9 ball straight on, bring it over to your side of the table, and get that ball behind the 8. Yep. But unfortunately, he didn't get it far enough, so that's going to allow Paul to get that ball out of there. Just like that. He left it again. Now he's got a straight bank. No, it went a little wide. A little wide. Very well done.
Just bank the 3 and make it game over.
Yeah. Yeah, but then if you miss it,
Oh, just draw it. Draw it all the way back down to where he is now.
yeah, he could. Yes, he could. Oh, boy.
You know, he pretty much accomplished the same thing by, yeah.
But he didn't get a ball down by his pocket. I think if he would have possibly
Right.
done that, he would have had a ball down there.
Yep.
But if he did make it, obviously Eric could kick it out or hit it out of the area. All right, well, Eric is okay. I was just about to talk about our sponsors, but we shall wait.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, it is. All right, so we're going to just talk about our wonderful, wonderful sponsors that we have for this event. Inside Pool Magazine, who, if you are not a subscriber to their channel, please make sure you subscribe to their channel as well as Outer Point Streaming. So Inside Pool Magazine with Autumn Gruchella and Tracy Lirma, where we were introduced to them by Eddie Altman. Eddie the Shine Altman. Last year, March. That was another good shot by Eric. If it wasn't for the three of them, one, we wouldn't have been introduced to Inside Pool Magazine. Two, we wouldn't be here. So we appreciate Autumn and Tracy in giving us the opportunity to show them what we have and what we can do. Then we've got P-Shower Custom Cues, which Dale can talk to you about.
Absolutely. Joe Pischauer, owner, proprietor, and his son, thank you very much, Riley Pischauer, donated a cue for us to raffle to help out with some of our expenses being on the road. And, I cannot forget Steve Douglas. Been extremely helpful over the last couple of years. Some of the events that Brian and I have put together, with other people as well. Maynard Abear of Colonial Life, down in the bottom left there, MIH. Is that his middle name? Is that
I have
his
no idea,
middle
to be honest
initial?
with you.
I think I'm going to have to ask him. Let's invent something.
Yeah.
I can do that. Do it. Do it. No. That's the wrong button.
Right, hold on.
Idiot.
Wow. Yeah, hopefully Maynard watches this one.
Maynard's a jokester. He can handle it.
Yeah, he'll be
knows,
okay.
He knows I'm kidding.
So anyway, Maynard Aber is up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and a representative of Colonial Life Insurance, representing not only personal insurance, also commercial insurance, if I am not mistaken.
Did you
Both,
by
right?
chance did you actually ask him that?
No,
To see if he does commercial?
I'm just going by what you said once.
I know I know he does commercial for sure, because he asked me about my business, and I don't have any employees. I work by myself, and if I do, I subcontract out.
Wait, you work?
Well, I try to. Gonna pay the bills somehow.
All right.
And then our last but not least, Milwaukee Offshore Fishing Charters. Mark Scafidi, who is a player that actually plays leagues down at Sussex where I run leagues and tournaments. He owns 3 boats that will take you out on a specialized charter to fish for lake trout and salmon. And from what I heard, I haven't been out on a charter yet, on any charter, but from what I heard, those fish are actually the best fish for fighting and they're the most fun to actually reel in.
Without a doubt.
So, if you want to take home a freezer full of fish and have a... Oh.
Well, I don't know if I would guarantee that.
Well, right. If it's a good day, okay, you can take home some fish and have a fun time out on the lake fishing. Bachelor party, bachelorette party, guys' night out, or guys' day out, girls' day out, family day, whatever. Give Mark a call. Go back and take a look at the video. The website was on there. His phone number was on there. Give him a call. And the good part about this is if you book a charter with him and mention Outer Point Streaming, you're going to get a special gift once you complete your charter. So make sure you please support our sponsors. That is to us it's so important because they trusted us to bring them good quality content as well as they trusted that we would get the word out for them. So we'd like to help them out and let them see what their return on investment is on it. And give them a call, mention you heard it on our stream, and you'll get a special gift from Mark. And please also, if you do support them, when you call them, tell them you heard it on the stream. So we certainly appreciate that. Thank you to all our sponsors. Did I forget anything?
Nope. I'm actually trying to find when Inside Pool Magazine started.
Just text
Because it's been around for a long time. And it was literally, because I know I had it. So it was literally a monthly subscription. And they would send the paperback copy to your house.
Oh, really?
Just like it used to be. Yep.
It looks like Eric is going. Wow. And he drained it. Wow. What a good shot. You know, I wonder, Tracy hasn't been responding to any messages in our group. What? As I say, send Autumn a message and ask her about that. Well, I was just kind of wondering how Tracy's doing because she hasn't responded. She must be pretty busy.
I'm assuming so. Oh, she went back to her other job today, too. Or, yeah, today's Monday, right?
Did she?
Yeah.
Did she go back?
Yeah.
Well, I know they were out of power for a while. Or no, they just closed it because of the ice that they had. Didn't she actually say they were out of power? Well, anyway, yeah. So she went back today?
Yep.
Thought she had mentioned she was working over the weekend, but that's why she didn't come here to Derby.
She was stuck.
Yeah, she was definitely
Couldn't drive.
stuck. All right, so a lot of these balls are getting pushed up to the top here. And it's been a while since Paul has been on the hill, and I think he's on the hill. You know, I have to do some maintenance real quick, so on my way back, I'll check.
You got lucky again?
Yeah, he did. Not with you, though. What do you mean again? I lost my first one. Waiting. Hey, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture of you two? He's waiting for us. Sure. Yeah, you too. Yeah.
Don't do it. You'll be trending by the end of the week. Trust me. She's all about social media. It's okay. You'll be all over the news.
I mean, I'm not asking.
Get this guy from the pool.
And the coach will sit down. Sure. Sure. I'll go get you a captain.
All right, folks, we got a special guest in the house for this match, all the way from the Netherlands. Put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Tim de Ruyter.
Hi all.
Wow, that was that was really anticlimactic.
Go like, yeah, it's me. Come on.
Sure. What's going on, Tim? You played really well in your last match.
Yeah, I can't complain. I mean, the other guy was actually funny. In both matches, I had someone fluke a ball playing one pocket. Like, not intentionally trying to make the
Sure.
ball and then still make another ball. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm starting to strike the ball really good, and we'll see where it brings me.
So if you recognize that voice, Tim is the voice of you and George Teachea. Am I saying that right?
Yeah. Well,
So-
there is more commentators that work with the
There
Pro
is,
Billiard
there is,
series
but-
and the
So-
World 10 Ball Championships run by Predator, etc., etc.
Right. George and Tim invited Brian and I into the booth when we were in Baraboo, Wisconsin for the CSI Predator event and got to know each other and regret it ever since. So,
We did too. Okay, let's get to this match.
actually, yeah, we had a good time together. Actually commentating on Allison Fisher's match. All right, so Paul, we actually have the names mixed up. So if you're looking at the table right now, I got to wait until Brian gets back, and then we got to switch the names back around. So
I think I would be skimming off the 2 rails behind the 11. This way, now he's kicking at the ball and most likely to leave either a bank on the 10 or the 2. If you can get the cue ball stuck behind the 11, I did like that. Eric is a good buddy of me. He's also from Ohio, where I used to stay a lot, so I know Eric quite a bit, yeah.
are you serious?
Yeah, he practices with the Atkins quite often, like takes lessons from him and from me, and hopefully it works.
Okay, this is really weird. I mean, talk about a coincidence. I mean,
No, I knew he was playing on this on this table.
that's
I actually sent him a message to start earlier with Paul.
you did not.
I swear, I did.
You serious? That's pretty weird though. That now you're sitting in the booth commentating for him. Oh my gosh.
I did, huh?
Oh my gosh. He's not kidding. Wow.
I don't know that much about Paul's song though, even though he did reach a
Plays good.
quarterfinal, I believe, of one of the Pro Billiard Series events.
Holy
Maybe
cow.
last 16 quarterfinal. Like he did, one of them he played really good. So, and beforehand he was doing a lot of interesting shots, like double kits and interesting banks and stuff. So he looks like a very creative player, which helps obviously in
Yeah,
this game.
he's very proficient in one pocket. There's no doubt about it.
Like what he was trying to do there, just caught the 5 ball too thick. That's why the 5 popped out and the cue ball didn't get enough speed.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't think he's well, he could go 6-10 combo and bring the cue ball to the other side if he really wants to go aggressive. If not,
That's risky.
yeah. If not, what else do you play? I mean, I think that's his only shot. I understand if he wants to take that 12 ball, I believe. Yeah, he wants to take away the 12, but the cue ball is going to be moving too much, or you leave a bank.
Yeah, I think he can come from the backside of that 12 though. Kick it out of there.
Well,
You
I think
know,
I would
like-
be
like
trying to
what you
run. I
said.
would be trying to run up maybe towards the 11.
True.
Yeah, didn't really know what to do with the cue ball there. I felt he could have stunned maybe the cue ball over a little bit more.
Brian, this is more interesting than what you thought. Tim actually practices with Eric.
Oh, does he really?
Did you know that?
No. Does he really?
Well, when I'm in nearby Ohio, then we usually do a couple lessons and stuff.
I know. How weird is that?
Well,
I mean, of all places to be.
oh, he's got such a good chance here. Bank the 10 ball 2 rails off the bottom of the 2, but a little bit firmer and bring the cue ball up to the
That's a good
third.
shot.
Well, he could have brought the cue ball up more and play with more speed.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, third diamond, left
Yeah.
long rail. Like you just send it up, get the stack in between. Still all right. I think he's got decent cover.
Right.
So now I'm thinking he can go off the 4, try to trap behind the 12-10. I do like that. I think it looks from here that he can get to the 4, but
How much do you play one pocket, Tim? Do you
sorry?
play? Do you play one pocket? I mean, yeah,
I
one
used
pocket
to
pretty
play
often.
actually quite a bit, but then last year I didn't go to Derby, and mainly all the events we actually travel to is rotation. So
Sure.
then you kind of get out of one pocket stroke. I think that's a
Totally different.
yeah. I mean, it's a different. You're using your brain in a really different way.
Mm-hmm.
Going off the 8, the 7 might pop down off the 3. Oh, he played it soft. It's a good shot. Maybe a little firm still. Would like to stick the cue ball a little bit more.
Yep.
I don't know. It's tough to see how much he can. Actually, Eric is in a really good position here. If you look at, he's got a low ball and a high ball with where the 12 and the 11 is.
Yep.
So in this case, I wouldn't really try to do too much. I'd rather just make sure the cue ball stays in a position where Paul is not able to get those 2 out. So and if he can see the 6, he might be able to bank the 6 into the 5 and bring the cue ball off the short rail up.
Yeah, I think he's snookered on the 10 ball. I don't think he can get at the 6.
Yeah, stuff you. Could also thin the 12 and try to stick the cue ball behind the 6, but then you only try to stick behind 1 ball.
You know what? Let's take a look.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he's
Okay, that looks a lot worse than I was thinking. Okay.
it's stuck in there pretty good.
I mean, he could bank the 3, either 3 rails and bring the cue ball up to the
Yep.
in the top right corner, or 1 rail straight back into the 11 and bring the cue ball to that same
That's
corner.
risky though. I mean, you got to make sure you get that cue ball, back down there somewhere.
Well, at least get to the top short rail.
Yeah.
Top right corner, I think, would fit for this, but I do like the 3 railer. Could go in between the 3 and the 13 and the 4.
He might be
Could maybe bump 1 towards the hole as well.
Yeah, he might be playing your shot.
But he will have to jack up and
Yeah.
maybe 60% of the ball to slowly move the cue ball up to that corner. And those are usually quite advanced kind of shots, so I think he's just putting the cue ball up and getting to the other side of the. Oh. He's played a good cue ball.
Not bad.
Just that the 3 ball kind of took off a bit. Would be unlucky if he left a gap between the 14 and the 1 to reach the 11.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, that's that would be really bad news. Let's say he can't reach the 11. If he can, he's going to force follow, get the cue ball behind the 12 and bang the 11 over 2 rails. If he cannot, then I'd like to shoot the 5 off the 6 and possibly get the cue ball behind the 12.
5 off this. Oh yeah.
Or I mean,
Yeah,
you don't-
try to get
it's-
it down
it's
by the
not-
corner.
Yeah, just to move it over a bit.
That's a good shot.
And then play the cue ball behind the 12.
Yep. You called it.
Good speed.
Good shot.
Now he's got the speed down. This is a good shot.
That was ideal.
If he didn't get the stick with the 12, he could leave a lot of things with the 5 and the 6 bank. So it was really important to have a better cue ball instead of really moving the 5 over to the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's what most of the viewers, they only think in get the ball in front of the hole or make the ball. The
It's
importance of the cue ball in this case was way more important than getting the ball over.
Right. It's good that you're in the booth because you know a whole hell of a lot more about one pocket than I do. It's in Wisconsin, we don't even have hardly any 9-foot tables anymore. So nobody plays one pocket.
Yeah.
Everything's a bar box. So it's either 8-ball or rotation.
It's not like I play a lot because in Europe, same thing. It's not like we play a lot of one pocket and banks.
Yep.
It's just that I used to travel every year to the Derby City Classics, and then before I would go practice with the Atkins or like some other players around. Ohio has quite some good players actually. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got my booty kicked a bunch of times, and now I know some things about one pocket. That's how it went. It's a game
That's how you learn every one of the games.
You can read so many books, but if you don't play, you're not gonna see.
Not
the
going to get
shots.
it. Yeah.
Like you have to put the time in. It can take years before you actually start doing well. And I'm the living proof of that.
Well, I mean, it's like golf. I mean, you can read same thing. You can read every book, but if you don't get out to the golf course and play some, well, I don't know if this might have been a mistake.
Well, I think he was trying to find a window and get the cue ball up. I think he had to take a foul and kick maybe 2 rails behind the 14.
I agree.
Like on the left of the 14. I mean, it was a good shot by Paul. He really put the pressure on it, so good shot there, and he's got his reward right here. 6-2-5. I think that's how I would start. The 7 does go, but it's really tough to go too far. I think I would go off the 2 and then at least get to the 3. If you get straight on the 3, you have the 14, and then you skim over to the 7. I think that's the easiest route.
Look at the overhead view and see if that 9-15, I don't think that goes.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's kind of headed right between the diamond and the pocket there.
I mean, the thing is also, if you play on the 7 now...
He's looking at it, too.
It's really tough to get a decent angle on the 7 to go somewhere else after. If you stay in the open on the 3, you can almost go everywhere you want to. Even if you get straight on the 3 to the bottom left, to Paul's hole, then still you get the 14. I don't think he can play really soft draw and get on that 12. Oh, well, that 15 is not going to go. If he was thinking about it, it's not going no more.
That's the only thing he didn't want to do.
I mean, I would say this is end of run unless he can draw back a little bit and then have a really soft touch on the 11 to bank it over and get on the 7.
But I don't know if he can dig down on that cue ball.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he will, and also if you draw too far, if you draw too much, you get on the double kiss on the 11 as well. So it's a really touchy shot.
He's trying it though. Not bad.
I think he's not horrible. I mean, it sounds strange, but if you have too much angle, you will not be able to hold for the 7, and you don't want the cue ball to leak out.
Right. I mean, a little bit of lower left pocket speed and try to get down by the 3 ball.
No. I'm going to the 7. You cannot go up if you don't make the bank. You're selling out big time. Well, he's even playing high ball. He's just going to stick the cue ball in the rack in case he doesn't make it.
Did all right.
Well, that's the thing. Basically, you don't want to make the 11 ball in this kind of... Well, depends. Usually, I don't complain in this kind of case. Sometimes you make a great 2-railer or a 3-railer and it goes in, even though you don't want it to go in.
Right.
Because it puts more pressure on your opponent. So it's two-way. So 12 balls on the table. 3-0. 3-0. I mean... Yeah, you have to go for a kick, make the 11. I like this. The only thing, he looks a little wide. I think he's going to head towards a short rail.
This table actually This table banks long.
It's a good shot. I like what he's done there.
Oh, wait. Is that Paul's pocket? Yeah, that is Paul's pocket.
Yeah, he had to give him that ball because there was
I put it on the wrong score.
yeah, it's 4-0.
After 10 racks, we're all tied up. 5-5 championship.
Even got Brian in it.
It was a great selfie.
Doing nothing, as usual.
Okay, well, is he gonna play this bank? I mean, of course you're always gonna leave a tough shot on the 13, but there's so many players in here that if you'll leave him that kind of shot, they're just gonna spear it in. Well, he did. I am not a huge fan of this.
No.
Like, he's played a good cue ball.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but
He left him really tough.
I just experienced I have too many scars of playing this kind of shot, and then someone spears.
Just thinking the same thing. You got a really good player, and he's going to make one of those balls.
Well, the good thing is, of course, he was trying to make the 3, but he's got cover on the 3 as well. The 14 is partially.
I don't think so.
Well,
You can get it
for-
out of there.
Well, for some part, it was covered.
Yeah.
Not a bad shot by Eric. But if Paul played the last shot, I would expect him to play the same shot right now and get the cue ball in the top right corner. Could have done the same thing earlier.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well, and this phase is also really important because you're trying to set up a couple balls for a potential run out later in the game. Most of the people don't think about it. So you're like, well, I just send the 7 ball to up table and the cue ball somewhere there. But I'm already thinking, like, I want the 7 to go.
At least on your side of the table.
Well, but also passing the 3 in this instance. Like, if it doesn't go, then your opponent can put you in
Sure.
the top left corner.
Sure.
Tough shot. I might
Yeah,
just
to
roll up
clear-
real soft.
Yeah.
Just stick the cue ball in between on the backside. Now he was trying to. Oh,
He cleared one completely and actually got it over by his side, but 15's still over there.
well, now we are getting to the phase where it doesn't really make any sense to go aggressive because the balls are on either side. They're kind of laying pretty good. So if he goes aggressive on this, then and if he doesn't make it, the
Might
other game
sell
run
it
out
out.
or either way. So now I'm definitely taking out the left stripe. I don't know what the 12. Like I see no reason why to try even to bank that ball. If
Yep, agreed.
he was trying to bank the ball, let me
Yep.
correct myself. He might have really been just trying to make the ball and.
I don't
leave
think
it
he was
low.
trying to pocket it, though.
Yeah,
Maybe.
So I don't know exactly what his intention was, but he didn't really gain much from this. And that 12 ball on the left was causing him a headache. So that's why he had to take that out in some way.
Makes sense.
Is there any bank? Doesn't look like it.
He's
Well,
just going to pull the cue ball back to where he is.
he could actually bank the 13. He didn't look at it.
Yeah,
Cut, cut bank the 13 and bring the cue ball 2 rails to the top right corner. Quite aggressive, but a couple guys will shoot that.
Yeah,
See,
I
it's the
would
same thing here,
lose that
like-
one pocket. pretty quickly.
Well, the thing is, like now too. See, he's shooting the straight back, and I'm very happy for him if it goes in. Actually,
Yeah.
he got
a
a
point.
ball.
It's a point. Yeah,
It's a point.
It's definitely a point.
The only thing is, you're really trying to make one, to only get one. Usually, I try to go aggressive to get more. I can play a very aggressive shot. But if it's a game winner, if I have 5 balls open after, you might want to take a shot at it, but not when it's just one ball.
Yeah, you're not gaining all that much. And now your opponent can just make it for you, and now you've got nothing.
If he hung it and you left the cross corner, a ball is out.
Yep.
So there is potential risk to it as well.
Tried to get him behind that point.
Yeah, it's really tough to do that at the moment because with
You got to
slow
be pretty
rolling,
precise.
well, also the tables sometimes go a little funny. I mean, obviously it's a 10-day event; they cannot be dead straight all the time. So, but that makes also that, those really soft, touchy roll shots are not everyone's favorite at this moment. So. Then again, I'm definitely trying to shoot the 12 into the rail, into the 3. Try to get those 2 balls
That's your
over
shot?
to the right side and get the cue ball down to the bottom short rail. Because like I said earlier, the 12 ball is really causing the headache. He wants to move at least maybe 2 balls over to his side would be nice. If he glues the cue ball to the bottom short rail, Paul has to play forward, which he doesn't want to go. He wants to go back. Back is easy. Like there's a lot of room in the bottom side of the table, which is
just
it's already
down
safe.
there.
Anywhere down there is safe. If you glue the cue ball to the rail, you can't get there no more, or almost can't get there no more. There's always something.
You'd have to hit it a little high. Yeah, you'd have to hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, or go use a couple rails. So I would dig on this low left. You don't have to shoot hard or something, just at least this.
There you go. Must have heard you.
Yeah, he took a little bit more time. I might be talking too loud.
Nah, I don't think he can hear that.
Same thing. Paul can shoot the 10 into the 8 and the 9 and draw the cue ball
I think
straight
he's
down.
shooting the 8 actually.
Yeah, but it's such a small window.
That is
And
tiny.
you can leave so many banks too after. Like he did find a window though.
That's pretty good.
He was looking at shooting the 9 into the 10 and bring the cue ball 1 rail behind the 8, but it's a really small window, and if you don't get it, you're most likely to.
You're gonna sell it a little bit.
Well, the chances of leaving a cross corner on that 10 ball is pretty big. Of course, if you get the hook, then it's a killer.
Then it's all worth it.
Yeah. But that's the thing too. You need to find the percentages. How strong are you gonna be on getting the cue ball stuck behind the 8? If you know you're doing that 9 out of 10, then absolutely shoot it, please. If you don't, then play something easier. Play what you can play. Well, needs a little roll. Might have gotten just to where the 9 doesn't bank no more.
Yeah, I think that 9 is just a little too close to that short rail for him to bank.
Well, it might be on the kiss, or it might be really close. Yeah, he's already looking at something else. Could bank the 9 of the 10 and bring the cue ball all the way up to the 15.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Quite aggressive though, but I'm just giving everybody a piece of my mind. And
Well, that's what we do.
well, I mean, there's always 2 styles. There's like really passive way of playing one pocket and a very aggressive way. And
For sure.
For now, I'm basically stating very offensive shots. doesn't mean it's always the best shot. I mean, that depends on everybody itself.
Yep. Everybody has their own style, that's for sure.
Like now, guaranteed, I'm trying to just get the 10 out. You can try to get behind the 8, but if you scratch, then... You see, I don't mind this at all. You don't have to get all your balls on your side. It's not like you have to get everything on the right side. If they nestle up all on the left side, that means he can make all those balls in his pocket as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different ways of thinking. There's discussions about it. Where do you want to have the wedge? On your side or on the other side? Well, he's definitely trying to protect the 8. The only thing is he could be kicking at the 8. Short rail into the 8, and the only thing you got to do is just get the long rail. So you're not blasting it, you're trying to just get there. Because the 8 is a potential headache. I mean, I like how thick he hit it, but very firm.
Pretty hard.
Yeah. Has been a good rack so far. I mean, quite some innings.
I don't have enough patience to play one pocket. It just doesn't. Yeah, I'm more used to the faster paced game. 9 ball, 10 ball, 8 ball.
Yeah, but on the other side, everybody finds.
This is chess. This is like playing chess.
Yeah, but most of the players, they find a style that suits them. You know, if you start to learn all the shots and you find out when to go and when not to go. I mean, Tony Chohan is playing one pocket like he's playing rotation. So, in general, it's basically what you make out of it. It's
Sure.
not really... You don't have to play patient. I mean, that means you have to come up with big shots.
That's what I'd be doing.
Hey, I mean...
I'd be running into the rack.
Yeah, but...
So I said I'd be losing a lot.
No. I mean, does Tony Chohan lose a lot?
Probably not.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people think you need to be patient and slow and only wait and nick the ball. No, I mean, if you find something else, as long as you control the cue ball, get the cue ball in the right spot where you don't sell out, then you should spend some time on this game.
No. No, not going to happen.
I see that.
Plus, it's really hard to play one pocket on a 7-footer,
Now, I was going to say, can he do something aggressive? Is he able to bank the 7-3 rails? I don't think so. I don't like the 15. The risky thing about this is when they tie up on his side, putting the cue ball up might leave a bank for Eric's pocket and already get the cue ball behind the congestion in the top left corner.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think he can see the 412, but let's say the 412 banks and get the cue ball behind the 7-8. Then you already get the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be dangerous for Paul. And if it's not there for Eric, just wait. Send the cue ball back down table. Could even try to bank the 3. I don't know how much. Oh. Yeah, I think he was trying to do too much with that 3 ball. That's why he lost the cue ball. It had too much speed. He was trying to get the 3 over too much. Well, he's straight on the 10. If he draws this, maybe a diamond and a half back. We'll have the 3 and the 9, so it gets on 6. No, on 7. But we'll need one of the balls on the top of the table. Ooh.
Do you find it difficult, Tim, after you've been playing for so long and not pocketing a ball? You finally get a shot like that, and now you're trying to pocket it, and it becomes that much more difficult. Or You know, now you're going from defensive for the last half hour, 45 minutes, and now you're going offense, you know.
I don't like this, by the way. I would make the 10. Yeah, of course.
He's trying to get that behind the
Oh,
balls here.
no. This is actually...
That's a really good
No,
shot.
this is way better than I suggested.
That's a really good shot.
This is like, hey, man, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm always going to
gonna
have the
stick
14.
you.
Good luck. So he's going to roll up on the 7-8. Now, of course, there is always that little awkwardness to shoot that long shot after. The good news is that this also happens in 9-ball nowadays with a lot of kicking, goes back
Saves.
and forth, sometimes like 10, 15 shots in a row, and then you have to make the big shot.
Yep.
But that's why also one pocket kind of makes your 9-ball stronger, because it happens all the time. So when you start kicking a lot in the 9-ball match and you have to shoot that big shot, you're used to it. I think I would just nudge the 7.
I would too. Just send the cue ball to the rail a little
Because
bit.
he's trying to do a lot and then bring the cue ball all the way back down underneath the 14.
Yeah.
And then what?
There you go.
He might leave the 15 as well as a bank. No. Now, if he elevates on this 7, like let's say he hits it quarter ball on the 7
with a little bit of left.
with left and stick it right back there,
Or you could just do
behind
this
the
too.
4. Take a fall.
Gotta hit it. That's a good shot.
Nice shot.
Even better.
Yeah, the battle here is the first guy that takes the 8 to take the 8 out.
First one to get it out of there. Oh, he's just gonna stick him behind the 8 again.
Yeah, I mean, he's
That's
close
tough.
to the balls too.
That's-
Like he might double hit and
Without
push
a
the
doubt.
cue ball open. I mean, they have the 45 degrees rule, but then still, if it pushes forward, you're selling out.
Yeah.
That is not what Eric was hoping for. By the way, this is Brian back in the booth. Tim DeRuiter realized that he never went down and told the tournament desk that he won, so he had to go down and tell them that before they came up and did a time violation on him. Well, Paul decided. Oh, Paul probably could not. That 8 ball was in my way. I couldn't see it, but so now Eric has to determine how aggressive he wants to be here. There's so many balls down in that pocket of Paul's. He's got to decide what he wants to do here. You try to cut this ball in, be aggressive, get a point, and then work on those balls. You almost have to at this point. It's the spot he is in. Is not good right now. There's no way he's getting that 10 ball out of there. There's no way he's getting that 7 ball. Well, let's see. Well, he might be able to get the 7, but even if you get the 7 ball out of there, then you're leaving him with a shot on the 10. You almost have to be aggressive here. Go for this. Make this 1 ball. Then you have the chance. Oh, you know what? Actually, it looks like he can get through there. Come off the short rail. Come off the short rail and just nudge the 10 over to the long rail. Oh, no, he went for it. Yeah. Yeesh. That's unfortunate. I thought he had a pathway that he could possibly get through there, but again, we're looking at the overhead screen, and it's not the best. As far as seeing the true angles, it's going to give Paul 1 more. He's at 5 to 1. And that's 6 to 1. Seven to 1. And this should finish off this game. And there it is. We're going to... What's up, Chip?
What's going on, Brian?
How are you?
Pretty good. So that game just finished up, huh?
Yes, sir. It is 2 to 1 in favor of Paul. This is Paul breaking. And I have to flip the names around because they have been going back and forth. They both like the same side.
All right, I'm going to turn this off.
Put Paul over there. Eric over there.
So, Paul on the hill.
Yes, he is.
Saw Tim in the booth a little earlier.
Yeah, Tim DeRider. He's a cool guy.
Talked to them briefly earlier.
He actually was sitting here, and all of a sudden I came back up, and he's just like, oh, I should probably go down and tell the tournament desk I won my match. Because as soon as he got done, I pulled him, and I yanked him. I said, hey, you're over here for now. Get over here. He's like, I'll sit in the booth. Well, he forgot to tell the tournament desk that he won his match. It's like, I should probably go do that. I said, yeah, you probably should.
Might want to take care of that.
He's like, I'll come back and sit in the booth. I said, all right, cool. Well, actually, we never introduced who's in the booth here with me.
Oh, this is Chip Lauk. Charles, the Chip Lauk.
Charles the Chip.
Brian's been working on getting me a nickname here. So
Yeah, we're working on it. We're still trying to figure that one out. We need a good one for you.
I don't know if I'm going to have any veto power in it.
No, you're
So,
not. What are you?
Being
You
on the
kidding me?
stream, I'm assuming it'll be PG, so that's a start.
Well, we'll have to see about that. So he's going to come off the right side of 11 and try to hide the cue ball behind that group of balls. Oh,
Leaked out, and he hit. Appears he hit the 7 with his stick.
so he is asking him if he wants to have it moved back or not. And he
I
said,
think Eric's
nope.
asking where it was before he moves it back.
Yeah, he's like, no, we'll just leave it there.
Let me check
I
my
think-
options,
yeah,
and then
right.
I'll let you know.
He's like, okay, yeah, we'll move it back. That was pretty close to where it was.
So, I think he was trying to go into the stack and missed.
No, I don't think he was trying to go. There's no way he was making that ball. So he actually he just tried to carry him off the 11.
I thought he was going to try and hide it in the back of the stack. Was my
Yeah, that would have been tough. With the 13 ball there, that would have been a little tough to do. So Eric is just going to come off the short. Oh, well, he ended up okay.
caught a break there, I believe. That had to be intentional because that was the other side of the ball, you know.
Well, I think that was the only. Yeah, it probably was because that was, I think, the only side of the ball you could get to where the cue ball was. He's going to cross bank this and try to get the cue ball.
Might knock in the 11 to
Back up right there. Yeah. He wanted to see, as you know, as he pointed, he wanted to get it behind that stack of balls again.
Yeah. I play a little more aggressively than a guy should. I thought maybe he was going to cross that and try and at least run into the 11.
Right.
I don't know if the 2 goes in the stack to Eric's pocket.
I'm not sure.
And Tim is back.
Tim is back. I think
So
we're gonna.
I'm going to say goodbye.
I think you should sit in the booth with Tim.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, we're gonna have Tim come sit in the booth with Chip here because you both talking would be good to hear. So hold on.
Sit with Chip. Yeah, because I know him that well.
You know, Chip's a good guy.
He just want to be drinking. I know him. Right. I'm the same thing.
All right, here you go.
So-
Introduce him, Chip.
So Tim's back in the booth here. He was in here earlier, but if you want to introduce yourself again, go ahead.
Tim de Ruyter from the Netherlands.
I was going to say the international player.
Well, they call me Ruder, Reuter, Ryder, Roto-Rooter, whatever. They call me whatever, so at this point I just accept all.
Okay. So Tim is going to provide more information than I can give you.
apparently. Okay, let's see.
Well, I joined a one pocket league with a bunch of seniors, and but I'm a novice, so I tend to make mistakes.
Because
Paul.
from here, I'm thinking, why doesn't he shoot the 13? Like, this view is kind of, looks like.
Yeah, the sometimes the screen's a little misleading, but yes.
If he doesn't have that, what would I play?
I stream at home too. My daughter is in London, and she's a gamer. Like she got 7,000 followers. She won all kind of competitions. She was on TV and radio over there in London. And they give
So
her
he's
Let's hope
apparently
he stays below the 12. I'm right by his arm, whatever ball that is.
15, I think.
Z banked it into the 10, and he did not stay below it, but
He was
looks okay.
trying to do a lot on that shot. Didn't really sell out or anything. There is a very aggressive shot to bank the
The
9.
11. Oh,
Bank the 9 and get the cue ball 3 rails. Well, I don't like this, but the good thing about this is that the cue ball is always going to get cover. Of course, easy to go one rail kick and push the 15 to the short rail. Sometimes you have to, of course, you can't always do something aggressive, but if you have a chance to put some pressure on your opponent, you're obviously going to try and do that. He looks really...
is he going to spin this one ball back down? That's... He's taking a good look at it. I don't know.
I think he has to baby the kick on the 15. Go rail first into the 15, push to the short rail, because if you do anything aggressive or get underneath it, but the 9 is actually in a good position for his pocket, so why would you move it?
Just for position, but that's I agree with you. That should have bumped the 15 to the bottom rail.
So then now, if Eric can glue the cue ball behind the 10, the right side of the 10,
One or two rails.
it's really tough to get underneath the 15 because of where the 7 is. And yeah, obviously you can't use the top rail no more. But you need the right amount of spin. That's what makes it so tough. And the speed. Oh, and he's going to be in trouble here. He can bank the 15 into the 7. You don't blast this, but I might try to get the 7 into the short rail and off the back of the 10. And hopefully you can make it too. Bring the cue ball up. So many good things that can happen on this shot.
Yeah, I always say you just you can be close and be beneficial too. Just get something close to your pocket.
Well, he did
Not
get
too
the
bad.
good cover. It's just that he didn't really get a high ball. And by high ball, I mean, if you get a ball on the right long rail and one on the bottom short rail, it's really tough to hide the cue ball somewhere because everywhere you go, you're going to leave one of them.
Okay.
He didn't really get that, so he could... It looked to me that he was able to kick on the 10 over to his pocket and get the cue ball behind the 7.
Yeah, he just sold out here a little bit. Long shot, but
You favor him to make it. It's just I'm more wondering how does he get shape. The 11 ball
Yeah.
comes into play as well. If you bump the 11, you might not end up with a shot.
slow roll it and maybe end on the 7. I don't know. Put pretty good pace on it. Push some balls out on Eric's side.
Well, he played it with inside. It's a good cue ball he played.
Got a few to pick from here.
Well, guaranteed I start with the 15.
15.
Oh, no. I'm shooting the 7 and I'm trying to run into the 5 here. If you skim the 5, you're going to be on the 2. Now, he does look kind of straight. The 13 always goes. If he goes forward 2 rails, make the 13 and drop to the short side of the 2, 5, 6, then you have 3 balls to land on. Oh, a little firm. The
Yeah.
straighter he gets on this, the more awkward it gets as well to play that shape.
I don't know. Can he see the 13 yet?
I think he can still do it. It's just a matter of how much angle does he have.
Actually, Hennessy's out there getting the big wiener.
Well
Out
done.
there, nice shot. Yeah.
Well done. 6, 5.
I mean, I would play the 6 and softly try to bump the long rail. This way, if you hit it a little bit too firm, you get on the 5. But if you hit it nice, you can sneak the 2 ball out. Either way, he's got many options here anyways. Could still play for the 4 if he overdraws. Like, there's so many options.
We were negligent in ball count here, so there's 9 on the table now. 2, 4, 6.
I don't really
8, 9.
remember if Eric has made a ball this game, so it might be...
I think it's all Paul.
Yeah, so it's 6-0. That means Paul needs 2. Depending on this shot, might be over for Eric.
So he invited us into the booth. So I commentated on Allison Fisher's finals. So I got to know Tim pretty well and what age.
So he didn't really get the right bump on the 8. Still got the 2. Now, of course, I would guess he's not going to blast this ball. Don't really want to sell out. I would soft roll this, try to hang it in front of the pocket.
Well done
It's-
there.
Yeah, it's the winning ball, basically.
Pretty deep. I don't know that comes out.
Well, the thing is, basically the only thing Eric can do here is just wing at it. Try to make the cross corner on the 4, get on the 11, make 2,
He could
3.
follow it in, right? I'm not saying that's the shot, but
Well, the thing also is that he's gonna leave other balls open. So if he takes the 4 out, get on the 11, hopefully get the 3 and then the 8 away, and then you follow the 2 ball in. You're still in the game. You made a couple balls. I mean, you follow it in. The guy has a straight in 8 ball to finish the match.
I'm
Yeah, that's-
sorry.
yeah,
Little
that's-
cloudy, little late for me. I'm sorry. I was,
Oh, he kind of
Didn't
had to
even-
do something.
yeah.
Same thing. If he
Landed.
makes this and he draws back, now if he can get from the 11 to the 3, and after he follows the 2 ball in, he's still in the match. He can still do something. I mean, I make it sound really easy, but of course, everything he's shooting from here is visible. So, but sometimes it's like playing blackjack. Sometimes you have to play even though you know that it's gonna be super tough. Or I mean, yeah, he knew. Paul Sung.
And, yep, Paul takes it. That was his third win. And that's a wrap. One more shout out to our sponsor. Well, first off, special thanks for Tim stepping in. Our sponsors, we want to give a special shout out to Peach Hour Q's. Love Peach Hour Q's. Just can't say enough about the guys out there. Treat me very well. They treat everyone well. Great group of guys. Milwaukee Offshore Fishing with Mark. You want to give Mark a call. Tell him that we sent you. He'll give you a little prize or a break or something there. And that's a wrap for us. That is not a wrap for us.
Well, make sure you tune in for the next match because it's John Demet and Jonathan Pinnaker, which is actually a really good match. And I might be there too, so tune in, guys.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tim.